This video is sponsored by Skillshare, but more about that coming up soon. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. And in this video today, I am going to be sharing with you 5 beautiful German words that I personally think we need in the English language. So when I first heard the German language many years ago, beautiful was probably not the first word that sprung to my mind, but as I got to know the German language, as I started learning it for myself, I realized that German is in fact a very beautiful language. Even though the English language has a larger vocabulary, there are so many single German words that are just so expressive, almost poetic. And I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite German words soon. But before I get into that, I would like to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, Skillshare. So you may have heard me talking about Skillshare before. I am a Skillshare partner, but I am also genuinely obsessed with this incredible platform. If you're not familiar with Skillshare, it is an online learning community for creatives and curious people, which gives you instant access to thousands of inspiring video classes and workshops in a wide variety of creative subjects. You will be learning firsthand from highly experienced, successful individuals who are willing to share their expertise with you. I just love the flexibility of Skillshare and the fact that I can choose exactly when and where I would like to take my classes. The most recent Skillshare class I've taken was with professional photographer, videographer, and award-winning YouTuber Dale McManus. The class was all about iPhone photography and how to take professional-looking photos just using your iPhone. I always thought that to get amazing shots, you need to have expensive photography equipment, but I was really surprised to learn that there are some really simple and easy techniques for taking awesome photos just using your iPhone. Also, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click on the link in my description will receive a free 1-month trial to Skillshare Premium. Okay guys, so moving on to 5 beautiful German words that, in my opinion, we need in the English language. So in no particular order, the first beautiful German word is Luftkuss. And that's how I pronounce it. This is how Google pronounces it.
Luftkuss.
Luftkuss. And this literally means blowing someone a kiss through the ear, like. And this is something I do all the time. Probably this is the reason I love this word so much. And of course you can explain this in English, but we don't have a single word to explain this. And I just love that in German you can explain this just in one word, Luftkuss. That is so cute and just so beautiful. I love it. That's what I mean about the German language. There may not be as many actual words as in English, but so many of the German words, like the single German words, are just so expressive and you can explain so much just in a single word. Okay, so another beautiful German word, this is one of my favorites, is Freudentränen. That's very hard for a native English speaker to pronounce. I'm trying to get the rolling of the R in the back of my throat rather than the tip of my tongue, but you know, I'm working on that. This is how Google pronounces it.
Freudentränen.
Freudentränen. So this word literally translates to tears of joy. How absolutely beautiful is that? Tears of joy. I cried tears of joy at the birth of every single one of my children. At my wedding, I'm a bit of a crier. I cry at anything, but you know, I think it's such a beautiful word to have to explain this. Once again, we don't have a single word in English to explain this, so crying tears of joy, that's something, you know, you need a whole sentence to explain in English, and in German, you can just sum that up in one single word. You guys knew this was about to happen. It would not be a video of mine lately without my darling little Luca waking up from his nap halfway through. So I hope you don't mind if he joins us. I'm sure you don't because he is very cute. Mwah. So one of my favorite German words is Frühlingsgefühle. So that's how I pronounce it and this is how Google pronounces it.
Frühlingsgefühle.
Frühlingsgefühle, and this actually means that feeling that you get when spring is finally here, or you can kind of sense that spring is in the air. And oh my goodness, I love this feeling, and we do not have an English equivalent to this word, and I'm wondering maybe the reason we don't have an English equivalent is because I feel like this, you know, the spring feeling is more intense in Germany. Maybe because the German winters tend to be very long, or they feel like they are very long, and they can be quite dark, and by the time that spring comes around, you're just absolutely, you know, dying for some beautiful spring weather. You know, when you see those first blossoms on the tree, and, you know, when there's just a little bit more warmth in the air, you can just feel that spring is on its way. You can hear the birds singing, and it's just an all-round, just wonderful, warm feeling. And I love that in the German language, they have an actual word for this. Frühlingsgefühle. I love it. I absolutely love this word, and I definitely think we need a word just like this in English. So the next beautiful German word is one that we definitely don't have an equivalent to in the English language. I think it is an amazing word, and this word is Vorfreude. So that's how I pronounce it, Vorfreude, and Google pronounces it
Vorfreude.
Vorfreude. This is like also a pronunciation lesson for me. Vorfreude. And this means, it's actually a little bit hard to explain. It means that anticipation you get before excitement. So I'm trying to think of an example. Maybe you're really, really looking forward to having an ice cream, like a really yummy ice cream, and it's that excitement before you actually get to enjoy the pleasure of that ice cream. It's the anticipation. I guess we have the word excitement in English, but that really doesn't have the same sort of meaning. This is something that, you know, you anticipate this feeling of pleasure. So it's a feeling kind of excitement that you have about something that is about to come. For this word, you are almost feeling the pleasure of imagining what the pleasure of that future moment would be like, if that makes sense. It's just such a great descriptive word, and I think it's a word that many of us English speakers would use a lot of if we had something similar in the English language. Okay, so last, this is probably one of my favorite German words. I think it is an absolutely beautiful word that we definitely do not have an English equivalent to, and this word is Geborgenheit. So my pronunciation,
Geborgenheit.
Google pronunciation, Geborgenheit. I love how it feels when I say the word too. It just has a really, just a nice ring to it, Geborgenheit. Geborgenheit, it is actually pretty hard to explain the meaning of this word. So I'm actually going to read what it says here. Okay, so this is a little bit about the word. Once this word was actually voted the second most beautiful in the German language. I'm not sure what the first most beautiful word would be. I'd have to look that up. And it is considered impossible to translate into English, okay? It is a feeling strongly associated with artists. Oh, I like that. Often felt in intensely emotional moments, such as returning home after a long time. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be feeling this when I go back to New Zealand. Or holding someone you love close, which I'm doing right now. It basically means to exist and feel intensely in the moment. Wow, that is so beautiful. That is such a long description for just one word. I guess the closest translation in English would be to live in the moment, but I think Geborgenheit has so much more depth than just that. I just love this word, and it's something just so poetic, and I really feel like we need a word like this in English. So after hearing these beautiful German words, you cannot tell me that German is not a beautiful language. German is such an amazing language with so much heart and so much depth. And the more I learn German, the more I fall in love with the language. I love learning new German vocabulary. I am constantly surprised by some of these amazing words. If you're German and you're watching this, do you know of any other beautiful words that I maybe could have added to my list and Maybe I explained some of these meanings differently to how you would maybe explain them. So feel free to leave your opinions in my comment section below. Also, don't forget that the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click on the link in my description will get a free premium membership Skillshare trial. So that's an amazing opportunity to take advantage of. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to consider subscribing to my channel. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.